Welcome to Loweswater, everybody. This is a location I've not been to before, and I've only got a few days to spare here, so it's a case of coming out here and making the best of the weather, best of a bad job to some extent. The weather today, it's a bit bright, it's a bit sunshiny. You can see me squinting into the sun. I mean, it's very nice, it's very pleasant, but in terms of landscape photography, it's a little bit challenging. But I've got some texture up in the sky, so at least I've got something to play with, and the sun keeps coming and going. In fact, I can see over behind you, I can see there's some dark clouds coming along, which will just dull the sun down a little bit and create a little bit more of an even scene. Now that said, the sunlight on the fells is actually very, very pretty. It's just I'm wanting that perfect set of circumstances. I want some dancing light on the fells, but I want the lake in front of me and the immediate foreground to be nice and evenly lit, dull to some extent, so that it doesn't dominate the scene, and then the fells that are being lit beyond actually help to draw you out into the distance, and then you get something of the depth of the scene, and you're drawn into the picture. I'm also fighting the wind. I'm waiting for the wind to drop. When I first walked down to the shoreline, I actually had almost a perfect mirror. I would say 2/3 of the lake surface was a mirror, but ever since coming down here and setting my camera up, I'm now waiting for the lake to go still again. But I've got some time, so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to turn the camera around and talk you through the composition. So I've not been particularly clever or adventurous, I suppose. So I found a nice arrangement of rocks. Let's just level the video camera up a little bit. And I'm trying to, I can't actually see the screen because the sun's so bright, but I'm trying to give the rocks in the scene even space. What I like about them is that they act as stepping stones. They're stepping you into the scene, as opposed to just being a neat and handy arrangement. You've then got layers in the mountains in the distance. If I just stick my glasses on so I can actually see the screen a little bit better, just bear with me a sec. That's better. Right, so where are we? Where's that tiny little rock over there? No, I still can't see it. Aha, there it is. So what I'm trying to do is give, let's just zoom in, sort of that-ish is my scene. I've got the mountain on the left dropping down into the scene. I've also got the hillside on the right also dropping down into the scene, and then I have my placement of rocks, hopefully acting as a foundation and stepping you into the scene, and then I've got layers of mountains. So this one here is definitely clearer than these in the distance, and then you get this sort of stepping stone effect in the distance as well, and then this one is as clear and visible as that one. In software I might actually do try and do something to that just to make it a little bit more obvious. But that's my scene, and now I'm just waiting for the lake to go nice and still. A waiting game. And I can feel the wind on my left ear just caressing the skin, but the lake is actually starting to ease up. So let's play the waiting game. Equipment wise, I'm not being too complicated. I've got my travel tripod today, got my Vanguard VEO2, just to keep the weight down. I have an EM1 Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II with a 12 to 100 lens. The lens is at 12 millimeters, which is 24 in 35mm terms, and then I've got a single grey grad across the sky, positioned in just the right position to keep some of that under control, and then in software I'll have a play with it a little bit more. In order to maintain stability, I'm just running a 2-second timer, so because it is a travel tripod, and you know, not like the big heavyweight Manfrotto or Giottos that I've got, I'm just using a 2-second timer to allow the camera to settle before the image is taken. So nothing complicated, all pretty straightforward and mundane. So I think that's a wrap for Loweswater. Unfortunately there's not a huge amount here, at least certainly not on this particular day. The woodland round here though would be worth a visit in the autumn, I think. I might be suggesting that to my my photo buddy. So yeah, a bit of a short one, bit short and sharp, but again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your very kind attention. Please do click on the subscribe and the bell button to see when new material is added, and thank you as ever for your very kind support and your comments that you leave behind. Thanks once again, and I shall see you on the next one. From Loweswater, ta-ta for now.